Happy Saturday, America. So here we are, Let's Talk Cars Radio, and this is our destination vacation episode. Don't know what that is? Take a look at the hat, little sunglasses for you. So I decided to take a vacation, and I decided I want to take you with me. But technology has to play a little effect. I was a little tired, and it has been a crazy year, so we decided to take a vacation, and I wanted you guys to have fresh shows to listen to while I was gone, so we decided, hey, let's do a little bit of technology and try to take you with us. So a little drink, a little hat, a little sunglasses, and hey, here we are. So we're going to go ahead and roll on, and you guys are going to come with us. We're going to be gone for a little while, so we're going to have a couple episodes of this. So you guys get a fresh show. I get a vacation. It works out for everybody, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to roll out. So this week, I got to spend a little bit of time where I love to hang out, which is the auto parts store. You guys all heard me talk about it before. I love hanging out at the auto parts store. The reason why is because I get to hear all the stories that come in on the telephone, and I get to hang out with people that I like hanging out with. I get to hear all the stories when people come in looking for parts. One thing I don't understand is, as I sit and I listen, why do people always want the cheapest part? Now, I order parts all the time for cars and all the projects I'm working on. I never go for the cheapest auto part. It's just never been my thing. I like to have either the better or the best auto part to put on my car. But as I listen time and time again, somebody's always like, what's the cheapest part you have for this vehicle? What's the cheapest part you have for that vehicle? And I've never understood that. So I'm going to step back for a second because, you know, I can never keep my mouth shut that long. It's just impossible. And Larry, explain to me why. We were talking about it a little bit off air, and you told me it's just inevitable. Everybody always wants the cheapest part. Why do you think people want the cheapest part?
Well, I just did it. I went to the auto parts store. I had a headlight that was burned out, and they had a name brand light bulb for $14.95.
Okay.
They had a no name one for a $9. Which one did I buy?
I know you bought the cheapest
I bought
one.
the
But why?
$9.
Well, explain to me why you want the
Because
cheapest part.
I didn't see that. I did not see any benefit in spending the extra money. I don't think it would have lasted longer. It was going to do the job. Why spend not 14 when 9 would take care of it?
Now, without telling me where you went, because you know I don't like playing those games, did they take the time to express to you the value and the difference between the cheap one and the better one?
No.
Because there is a difference.
I went to the rack where they got all that stuff laying up.
Okay.
And I looked it up, and I could see, and they had a name brand, and then they had a no name. And I took it to the counter and paid for it.
And when you got to the counter, did the parts person take the time to explain to you the difference in what you were choosing and the next one up from there?
No.
And that's what so there's where I get a little concerned, because I believe that our parts persons this day and age are undervalued, because I believe in the parts person. I believe parts people back in the day, and still to this day, you'll find them, are very knowledgeable, and if they actually are a knowledgeable person, they can take the time and explain to you the difference in having the good, the better, and the best, because there is a difference, and a lot of times it's longevity. So if I told you and I took the time to explain to you that the $9 one or the $14 one will last you a lot longer, and you wouldn't have the process of having to take it all back apart again to put this ball back in, say, 3 years from now. And I say, you know, if you buy the one for $5 more, this may last you 6 years versus 3 years. Would you have bought the one that's longer? Thinking the trouble it took you to take that light bulb. Because I remember it took you a little.
It did.
Okay.
It did.
Would you have spent $5 more to buy one that would have lasted you three years longer?
Probably. I probably would.
All right. So you hold there, because I'll come back to you. Cameron. Okay. Cameron, would you have taken the time to go ahead and buy the more expensive one had someone taken the time to tell you? Or do you always buy the more expensive part?
Well, I usually buy the more expensive part because I've already put a lot of money into, well, the vehicles that I don't own, but the vehicles that I drive. If I'm driving the vehicles and I know my parents are driving the vehicles, I'd rather know that I have good parts on the car, not the cheap parts on the car. But the difference between the $5 more one and the $5 less one is one just comes with light bulb grease on it.
That's not the case. Like I knew he was going to. Hold on. Got to take a sip of the little vacation drinky on that one. All right, so hold on. All right. So on one hand, we have Larry. Do you always choose the cheap one?
Yeah, I would say probably.
All right, so you're
Unless
the
I have not always, not in car parts, yeah. If I see a benefit from the more expensive one, I'll buy the more expensive one. I've got to see, if I see two items, one has a brand name, one doesn't, and I can't perceive the benefit of the brand name, I'm going to go with the cheaper one.
guy. Okay. And that is that because no one's taking the time at the auto parts store to explain to you the value? Is that the only reason why? If somebody took the time every time you went in the auto parts store to explain to you the value of buying the cheap one or the better one, do you think you would always walk out with the better one?
I think I would walk out with the better one sometimes.
Okay. All right. So
It would be-
Cameron,
they would have to make the case that there's a benefit for the higher price.
there always is a benefit. There always
But
is.
they
I
would need to make
guarantee
that
you.
case to me because I'd have forgotten.
Okay. All right. So Cameron, you're always buying the better, not the best. If I took the time to explain to you from the better to the best, would you move yourself from the better to the best if I took the time as a parts person to always explain to you the value? If it was, say, now a $10 job.
Matters if I'm going to be driving the car most of the time before the other person is, then no, I would buy the better. Now, if I know somebody else is going to be driving the car more than me, then I would buy the best because I would want them to have the best like they gave me the best.
Okay, let's say it's your car. If it's your car always, and I stopped and I took the time as the auto parts person, and I said, hey, I see you're buying the better. Let me tell you the advantages of buying the best and how it can serve you in longevity and time. Would I be able to move you on a $10 more purchase?
If that $10 more is going to save me $10 in the future, then definitely.
See? That's the reason why I'm saying I like hanging out at the auto parts. I'm telling you, I hang out at the auto parts store a lot. I enjoy the people. I have a spot. I'm not going to tell you where it is because I just don't want to be bombarded with people hanging out at my spot. That's my spot. Go find your own spot.
Don't like autographs, do you?
No, here's the thing. I've had a spot that I hang out for years. I've gone there and I hang out. I talk with my friends, and I have a couple of them. I don't have just one auto parts store I hang out with. I have one that I do hang out quite a bit, but there's a couple that I like to go hang out at. And I just socialize. It's just become my spot over the years. I sit and I socialize, and I listen to them talk with their customers, and I get in conversations with their customers too. And I listen to the telephone calls that come in, and I just realize that they're not valued as much as they should be because they have so much knowledge. Now, I'm not saying that every auto parts store that you go into that you're going to find vast knowledge. I understand, guys. I've watched you guys go into stores and you get the blow off, and it's just they're just selling you a part and they move on. I've seen that happen, and so I don't need the hate mail because I know I'm going to get some.
I thought that was the norm.
It is in some places, and I'm not going to call these places out by name because I just don't believe in doing that. But yes, I do agree that you can go into a parts store and you can just pick up a part. They just take your money and away you go. But there are still parts specialists out there. There's tons of them. I know them. They're great people and they have great knowledge. So if you push the issue and you find someone, that's the reason why it's important to find a great auto parts store. I've been hanging out, like I said, in these same auto parts stores for years, and these people have great knowledge. Now, it isn't like it was back in the day. I'll be the first one to admit. You go into an auto parts store, and everybody there had awesome knowledge of parts. They knew everything. They could tell you exactly what bolt fit what on any car. You remember those days. Those days were great. And those days have kind of come and went. I will be the first one to admit. You remember Twin B? Remember Twin B?
I certainly do.
You could walk into a Twin B back in the day, and they knew everything. They just did. I'll be the first one to admit. They've come and gone. Your Napa Auto Parts store, I'm telling you, there's still a lot of vast knowledge there. There really is. I mean, besides the fact that, Napa is one of our sponsors, you could go into a Napa, and there is still vast knowledge to be had there. Because they are a auto parts store. They're not just hustling auto parts. They have knowledge in auto parts. There's a difference.
That's where my dad was a mechanic, and Napa was probably one of the first car-related stores I can ever recall going into. And we went there a lot.
It is. I'm telling you, you find an auto parts store and you like to hang out and mess with cars, you can go sit in an auto parts store and just you meet people and have fun. I do it. Call me crazy, but I'm telling you, I can actually sit and enjoy the people I talk with. And it's one of my spots. I'm a car guy, so like I said, it's just one of my spots where I can go sit and hang out, and I come up with great stuff to talk about on the show. So it works for me.
You're kindred spirits. That's why everybody gets along.
Well, that's if you're a gearhead and you like cars, what a better place to hang out at an auto parts store and talk about cars. But I'm telling you, it's one of those things where you can 100% be a gearhead and feel at home talking about cars.
I mean, where else can you get a little pine tree that smells good that you hang on your mirror?
I'm not a pine tree guy. Cameron will tell you I'm not a pine tree guy. I like a scent in my vehicle, but I'm not a big. I don't like pine things hanging for the mirror kind of guy. I'm not that guy.
No margarita smell.
No margarita smell.
Black
Why? Because I got the
ice.
margarita. Why? Because I got a margarita hat on. It's got to be a margarita smell.
Yeah.
Well, this is the vacation destination episode, you guys. Hang tight with us. We got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about more cars. Talk to you soon.
Okay, your week is crazy. Your local Napa Auto Care Center understands. That's why we're open Saturdays for your convenience. Get that oil change you've been putting off way too long. Be done with those squeaky brakes that are on your last nerve. We get it. Our Napa Auto Care Center is open Saturday when you maybe don't have soccer, dance class, a late meeting at work, you name it. Call for a Saturday appointment now.
Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of trying all the wrong auto shops and never leaving feeling that satisfied experience? Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG HRVA group, has the answer for you. Friendly, reliable teams assembled for all your automotive needs. Find your local auto center today at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin.
Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more. Or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by Chev, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Happy Saturday, America. That's right, we're back on your vacation destination episode. Did you guys miss us? I hope not, because we are back and we are floating around the pond somewhere on our vacation, having a good time, and hoping that you guys are not missing the show. Like I said, we wanted to make sure that we had a new, fresh show for you guys to have while we were gone. So we are just kicking it up. Hope you guys like the hat and the sunglasses. It's all American. So before we left, we were talking about auto parts stores, and Cameron was actually reminding me about something that was good for him. So Cameron, tell us about it.
So when I was 10 or 11, I would go up to the shop, ride my bike up to the shop my dad used to work at, and just hang out with him. Well, he needed some parts picked up, so he always sent me to the auto parts store right up the street. I would hop on my bike, I would ride all the way there. Right when I walked in the door, it was all smiles.
Put him to work early.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it worked out though. It did. I used to always. He was my parts runner.
It was always working out, and they definitely knew who I was right when I walked in the door. All smiles, all happiness. It was not fake. It really felt real. And the best part about it was they would help me try to find the part. They would know all the information about the part. And even if they didn't have the part in the front of the store, they would be like, well, maybe I have the part in the back. Follow me in the back. Not necessarily do they have the part in stock, but they have it in the back, that the part that we really do need. And they'll sell me the part, which was amazing for me, because
Like one of those, I can't find it in the computer, but maybe I have something in the back that will make it work for you.
Yeah, would that work today?
It does. If you have a auto parts store that you do business, here's the thing. So let me back up. You guys have heard me talk about over and over again, make friends with your auto repair shop. Mm-hmm. Same goes for an auto part. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, okay, and by the way, if you are, DIY Garage is the place to go do your work at. See?
Yeah,
there you
man.
go. There you go. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you like to do your own work, having a auto parts store that you 100% become friends with over the years is very, very important, because they know you, you know them, and they'll go that extra mile for you. They may not have exactly, you could go in there and say, oh, I need this, this, and that. And they're like, I can't find it in the computer, but I think I have something in the back that might work. Or I have something back I ordered for this guy that's not in the computer, and I think it's exactly what you're looking for. Because there's a lot of people that order stuff in, and they have it, and the guy never comes to get it, and it's not sitting in the computer because of the way the computer system works, and now it's just sitting on the shelf, maybe ready to go back or whatever it is, and boom, you score it, and you have it, and it's right there. That has happened to me many times, where I'm working on something older, one of my projects or something like that, and they're like, I swear I have this part this guy ordered like 2 weeks ago. He never came to get it. Let's take a look. And I'll go in the back, and sure enough, it's a set of brake pads or something for a 68 Camaro that I was working on, and there they are. You know, and they're not in the computer because it shows in the computer just looking up, and it's not registered.
Man, that's pretty neat.
No, I've had it happen. That's just being friends with people and just working out for me. So, speaking of brakes, I'm going to go into it. So, we're talking about brakes and everything else. Do you know how many times I listened while I'm sitting in the auto parts store where people call and order the cheapest brakes they can find? Explain this to me, people.
I don't understand that.
Explain this to me. Explain it to me. Please explain it to me. Why are you ordering the cheapest brakes that you can find for your vehicle? 1, 2, 3, go. I don't know.
Pay now, stop later.
I don't understand. Why? Explain it to me, people. Why? Why the cheapest brakes?
I get your sentiment, but it doesn't make a safe. It's brakes are clearly for safety, and if you can't stop your car, you're in trouble. So it makes sense. I mean,
okay, so that's like going in for surgery, for heart surgery, and going, Doc, do me a favor. I'm on a budget here. Give me the cheapest heart replacements you got.
that would be me.
No, it would not.
Yeah,
no,
it
you
would.
would. No, you would not. You
You're gonna
wouldn't
get
go in
the
for a
$50,000 model or the $100,000. Give me
One
the
sec.
50.
You would not go in for heart surgery and say, I want the cheapest doctor here and give me the cheapest heart you got.
You don't.
You're
know how
right, because
cheap I
Larry
am.
would just be like,
There's no way that would ever happen. I don't understand when people call. First of all, people, I realize that there's a lot of people out there that don't understand cars enough to know how valuable the brakes are. I understand that now.
That's hard to believe.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
because-
the next conversation we're going to have is tires.
If you can't,
And how people don't realize how valuable tires are.
if Larry's comparing his heart to his car brakes, basically that means, hey Doc, I don't want a new heart until my heart falls apart.
I'm telling you, as I
probably
was sitting
true.
there, so I hung out, as I told you, I was hanging out in the auto parts store. I listened to at least 20 people in the time that I was hanging out call for brakes or come in for brakes. And it was just price me the cheapest pad. Give me the cheapest pad. Price me the cheapest pad. That was every conversation, the cheapest pad. I was floored. Not only was it people coming in, but it was the auto garages that were calling for pads, and the customer wanted the cheapest option. The cheapest option. You ride around with your kids in these cars, and you want the cheapest brake pad on your car? I don't understand. So if somebody can please send me the information, email me, text me, message me. I don't care. Explain to me why we're choosing the cheapest brake. I understand, and don't say because that's what the customer wanted. I understand the customer always wants the cheapest option, but it is your responsibility as an auto garage to explain to them why they don't want that on their car. If you're truly going to do your job to the best of your ability. And that's not a slam. I'm not slamming anybody, trust me. But I always believed when I was a service writer, when I became a manager, when I became a general manager, when I was running the whole kit caboodle, the show, to explain to the customer the best value for their option and why they never wanted the cheapest option. And I mean this wholeheartedly. I never, ever, ever put the cheapest option on a customer's car. And I explained to them why I wouldn't do that, because I was adding no value to them or looking out for their best interest to put the cheapest option on their car.
but you're adding dollars to the bill.
No, here is the thing. There is an added dollar to the bill, but it wasn't for my interest to do so. I wasn't doing it for my interest. And anybody who's listened to this show knows that I'm speaking the truth. I wasn't doing it for my interest. I was doing it for their interest. And like I said, if you've listened to this show for the last 3 years, you know that's the God honest truth. If you've ever dealt anything with me, it wasn't for me. I wasn't trying to pad the bill for my interest. I was trying to look out for their interest.
I believe that.
There's no
Knowing you as I do,
There's
yes.
no reason for me to put the cheapest thing on your car. There was no reason. I'd rather not do the job than put the cheapest option on someone's car.
Well, would I get fired if I just didn't tell them the cheapest option and just gave them the price of what brake pad I thought was reliable and safe for your car?
Would I fire you? No.
And when they ask, well, why didn't you give me the cheapest option? I just give them
Did
the
I
reply
work
of,
for years and never offer anybody the cheapest option? Absolutely. There was many times that I didn't even offer anybody the cheapest option that was out there, because there was a brand out there that I did not believe in for years that I knew was the cheapest option, and I never quoted a customer the price on that. I just wouldn't put it on customers' cars. So would I fire you? Absolutely not. In fact, I instructed people that worked for me, if I ever caught them putting that brand on anybody's car or pricing that brand, they would not work for me. So no, I wouldn't fire you.
We know where your belief is on that part.
I just don't believe in money over safety. I just never believed that ever. I just believe the customer always came first. And I've always believed if you ran your auto garage with the customer's best intention in mind, you would never worry about money. That's been my belief forever. It's still my belief to this day, and no one's ever going to change that. Look after the customer. If you take care of the customer, the money will come. I believe that to this day.
Well, when anybody asks me, when they say, well, why didn't you give them the cheapest
Drink
option? Drink it. I have a simple reply. I don't count those as brake pads.
Right. And that's a good reply. I mean, there's a lot of people. You have, as a repair shop, and if you deal with any of our Napa Auto Care centers, I'm guarantee you're going to find the same result, because these people that we deal with are 100% top-notch people. If you take care of the customer and you look out for their best interests and you keep them from harming themselves by doing bad decisions with their cars, you are actually looking out for them and being a top-notch shop. That's what makes you top-notch people. You keep them from making bad decisions and doing things they should not do to their cars. That's what's most important. And that's the reason why I tell you, go find an auto garage, make friends with them, find out who they are and who you're doing business with, and then continuously use them so you build a friendship. That's the most important thing. I preach that over and over and over again. And it's not just a blanket statement. It's something I wholeheartedly believe in. It's something we base this show around. It's something you all asked for as listeners. You said, we want a place we can take our cars to over and over and over again. So if you continue to do that and you do it over and over again, you will find 100% that it is something that you can do and that you can believe in as well. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll talk to you soon.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can.
Hey guys, Dave Pillotch from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Welcome back, America. That's right. It's Let's Talk Cars Radio. I'm your host, Dave Pilach, and this is your destination vacation episode. So if you haven't been following along, I'm on vacation, and you get a new show, little hat, little glasses, a little drinky, and here we go. It's magic. So before we left, we were talking about brakes. So Cameron brought up actually a good point. So if Larry doesn't spend the extra on light bulbs, does he buy the cheapest brakes? Question being, Larry, do you buy the cheapest brakes?
No, I never have.
Okay, so do you buy the good, better, or best on brakes?
I usually buy the best.
The best?
Yeah.
So you will spend the extra money for the brakes, but not for the light bulbs.
I get a better warranty.
You get a better warranty. Okay, so the warranty means everything.
It means a lot.
Because
yeah.
the warranty's on the box. Why don't they put it on the box?
Well, I've only changed my brakes once, and they were drum brakes, not disc.
Yourself, or like the whole time you've owned this vehicle, you've only changed the brakes once?
No, in my life.
Okay, I'm getting concerned. I was just like, wow, you really did buy the best, didn't you?
After I changed my brakes once, I decided this is money better spent with a qualified
Do you
tech.
know a lot of people who try to do their drum brakes once in their life will only do it once in their life?
Well, I'm one of them.
Did you have the right tools to do it, or you didn't?
Yeah.
That's the reason why. You had
Yeah.
the spooner and everything.
Yep.
Okay.
I had everything. It was that spring.
That's what everybody.
The spring at the top.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. You got to have the right tool to do it. If you don't have the right tool to do it, it's a real pain in the butt.
When I was watching,
Even with the right tool, it's a pain in the butt.
when I was watching my friends change their brakes, yeah, I went right back inside the house. I'd rather have
Oh
somebody
yeah. So
else do
we
it.
had brake class at my house, brake class 101. Did I ever tell you this?
No.
Yeah, yeah. So we had brake class at my house, where well, I told you everybody comes to my house to learn, which is fine. It doesn't bother me.
I just thought they came to party. I didn't know they came to learn.
No, so the teenagers come to my house to learn, which has always been an open door policy at my house.
And then they party afterwards.
No partying at Dave's house. Not teenagers. The adults party at my house. But anyway, so I went ahead, and there was a point in time where I think we had 4 cars back there torn apart, where they were all trying to do their brakes on the same day.
Yeah, I have a photo of it.
Yeah, so which is fine. I mean, because the tools are there, and that's what it's there for. And I've always been an advocate for, I rather the teenagers be at my house learning than be out there getting in trouble. It's just what I believe in. It's how I grew up. So they're doing brakes, and everybody's has their own issues, set of issues. Not one brake job went without a hitch. Everyone had its own hitch. So I was trying to solve problems for each one of them. That was interesting. Well, Nathaniel ended up getting a set of brake pads, so he waits, and he's like the last one. He waits to do his after everybody else.
I bet he bought the cheapest ones.
No, he bought the most expensive ones, actually.
I
Yes, he
wouldn't have
did.
figured Nathaniel for that.
He went for ultra platinum. He went for the most expensive ones he could get, which is great. But by the time he gets to tearing it down, it starts to get dark, which, 2 things, if y'all don't know, and everybody listening to this show should know by now, it's really bad to work on your car in the driveway in the dark. I mean, there's just 2 things that you don't do. My child decided to do both. So, strike 2, right off the bat. Gets it all apart, and then, I watch. He's got everything apart. I think everything should go good. I'm like, okay, he's set. I shouldn't have to give it any instruction. No, that's not the case. He doesn't want to go back together. So I go out there, and I'm like, well, first of all, I mean, you don't have half the tools out here that you should have out here to do a brake job. Me being a car guy, you think that this should go really simple. No. Here's the thing. This is just how it works. Car guys always have the worst luck working on their own stuff or their kids' stuff, apparently. So I go in the garage and get the right tools for him to do the job and bring them out to him. And then I think, okay, that should be the end of me being involved, and I retreat back to the house. About an hour later, he comes and gets me, and he still isn't done with a brake job. You see where this is going.
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah, you all see where this is
Yeah.
going. Yeah, okay. So I go out there, and I'm like, are you sure you have all the right stuff? He's like, yeah. So I fiddle with it, and it will not go back together. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you sure this is the right stuff? And he assures me he's checked everything. Well, I, as a car guy, should know to double check, right? This just makes sense. So I finally decide to do the brake job myself from the start. So I go just as if I was to start it and backtrack everything from the beginning, and I get to the point where it probably would have been the very first thing I would have checked, which was to make sure I have the right parts. I say that aggressively because it's
They were the wrong parts?
they're wrong parts right from the get-go. Wrong pad. If you hold the pad right up against the pad that came off the vehicle, it looks exactly the same. Now, I know every car guy has run into this because I've run into it 1,000 times with every technician that's worked for me when I've said, check the pad, check the pad, check the pad. I can't count how. If I had a $5 bill for every time every technician's worked for me, I've said check the pad, and they've told me they've checked it, and then I go behind them and check it and find out it's the wrong pad, I'd be a very rich man. So just to let you know, people, this happens in the auto garage to us all the time. The ear on it is just a tick off, just a tick, people, just a little bit off, which keeps it from sliding perfectly down the way it should.
And that's because he did the conversion kit to his car and did a whole front end conversion.
Yes, he did.
So when he got the brake pads, what he thought would fit the model of car that he originally had,
Yep.
it was for the other model that he did the
Correct.
conversion kit on.
So he forgot. And the only difference is just a little tick, this difference in the pad, which keeps the pad from fitting perfectly. So at like 10 o'clock at night, he's got the front end of his car all torn apart trying to put pads on it. And this little bit. Now, if I had my grinder and everything set up, I probably could have just nicked the tick right off and it would have popped in. But since I have all that stuff torn down in the garage and packed up, I don't have it all set up, and there was no way to fix that for him at 10 o'clock at night. So it had to go back together with all the old pads so he could drive it to school in the morning and then take it back apart the next day when the new pads were able to be gotten, acquired, however you want to say, from the parts store. Yeah. So that was my brake pad story. Now you have it.
Nathaniel's learned a lot.
Yeah. So even when you are a car guy, a gearhead, whatever you want to call yourself, you know that these problems happen even when they shouldn't happen to you.
We could count how many times things has went wrong in our backyard with all of my friends' vehicles.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be
I
able to
welcome them still with open arms. Just like how many times my 10 millimeter socket, my 12 millimeter socket, my
13.
15 millimeter socket has gone missing. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So we've established brakes. How about tires?
Don't even get me started with
Tires, Larry. Do you buy good tires, bad tires, or do you wait till they just go completely bald before you replace them?
You mean now or like earlier in my life?
Let's just start. How long did it take you to learn your lesson on tires?
10 years.
Took you 10 years to learn your lesson on tires? 10 years from the time you started driving?
Yeah, I would say.
And do you buy good, better, or best tires?
Now,
Now, what do
I
you
buy best.
The best you can get.
Yep.
Cameron, how long has it taken you to learn your lesson on tires, Cameron? Cameron
well,
just learned a valuable
I just
lesson on tires.
So,
Drink it.
so I'm going to tell you guys the full story. I borrow a car from my mom that is a 2012 Nissan Altima. Everybody knows that is a front-wheel drive car. Well, I just learned how much tires can cost on that type of car.
Now you
And
know
the-
why we're talking tires.
I think I broke my bank account.
Yeah. And he got a huge discount. We won't get into it, but he got a huge discount on tires. Having auto parts friends is a luxury to have, and he got a huge discount on tires. But I always buy
The best.
the best. I'm that guy. I get joked all the time that I always have to have the best of everything on my cars, and I do. I'm that guy who I won't settle for the cheap. I won't settle for better. I always have to have the best on everything I buy. I've been that way with my cars. So I went and bought very expensive tires because that's just what I believe in buying. Now, I will tell you that my Chevy truck, the tires that came on it, I've gotten no miles out of those tires. I'm very, very, very upset about that because they were supposed to be 60,000 mile tires, and I didn't even get 20 out of them.
I've seen them, and they're clearly not 60,000
they're
mile
not
tires.
60,000 mile tires
Well-
at all. But that's besides the point.
He asked the question, do you wait till they get all the way bald? And the reason why he asked that question is because even though I'm a car guy and I do this every Saturday at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., I didn't replace my tires on the car until they were really, really
Yes,
bald.
he wanted to make sure he got every mile out of those tires because he knew he was going to have to replace them.
You make sure that steel cord is showing, don't
He
you?
got right down to almost the steel cord showing before Dad went, okay, Dad's had enough. It has to have tires. put
It
on
is dangerous.
So Dad ordered a set of tires for it and went, okay, pony up, buddy. Now's
And I
the
did.
time. And
And I
he
did.
did. He ponied up. I think the reason why he ponied up is because Dad bought very expensive tires and got a really smoking hot deal on them because he went and looked at tires and they were the cheapest tires you could buy. And Dad got the most expensive tires you could buy for the same price as the cheap tires.
Wow.
So
Good deal.
it was in his best interest to pony up, and he did not give me a hard time. He just handed over the money. So I will say that I'm happy that happened because it could not have happened. But yes, now it's got new tires on it and we are good to go again until the next time. But you know what, 2 years of driving that car on the tires and that car never sitting still, he learned his lesson. And on that note, it's time for another commercial break, another sip of my drink. Destination Vacation episode. We'll be right back. We'll talk to you soon.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more. Or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin.
Hey guys, Dave Pillotch from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pillotch from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Welcome back, America. This is Let's Talk Cars Radio, and I'm your host, Dave Pillotch, and this is our vacation destination episode, what are we on, 4 now? Yeah, I think we're on part 4, something like that.
Almost over
For this episode anyway. So if you haven't been following along, I'm on vacation and you get a new show with a little hat, little sunglasses, a little drink, and we're making it happen. So before we left, we were actually talking about tires and the lack thereof for some people. I think that's how it kind of goes. So I actually decided to go on vacation, and I wanted to put a good show together for you guys, so you guys got some new episodes while we were gone. So I throw a little information together, throw some stuff in some suitcases, make sure you guys have a good show, and here we are. So I actually have a letter that came to me, and this one's actually good. I think you guys will like this because this is a letter. It's a little blast from the past. And the letter was, Dave, I ran into somebody who knew you from your past and told me a little story about you when you were a teenager in bumper tag. Can you elaborate? A fan, Jen. So I don't know who Jen is or who Jen was talking to, but this is a true story, Jen. So as much as I don't talk about a lot of things from my past, especially things like this, because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea and think this was a good thing to do, but I will talk about this because, as I said, I'm pretty transparent and I don't hide from anything. So here we go. Jen, when I lived in Vegas and I was a teenager, we played a thing called bumper tag. So you had to have ran into somebody from my way, way past, back that knew me when I was a teenager. So, and I had a pretty big group of friends. So it had to be somebody in probably a group, about 35 people that I ran around with when I was a kid. And this game we invented, and I don't think we really invented it. Somebody must have invented it. You guys ever heard of bumper tag? Do you know what it is?
No, I never heard of it.
No, but I can probably guess what it is.
Okay, so bumper tag was played 2 different ways, Jen. We had a group of cars, and there used to be about 20 of us or so that would play. And the way it is you put people in cars. You could have as many riders as you wanted. It helped to have a couple riders in the car and there's a reason why. You could either tag the person's bumper and they were it, and you would do it in traffic or whatever, and now that person was it. And the way that person wasn't it is they had to tap your bumper not to be it. You understand how this is played?
So far, so good.
Okay. So
they would, if you tapped their bumper, they would have to tap it back. So
they could tap anybody who was playing. So the more cars you had, the funner the game was.
Oh, this sounds awesome. Can we play?
We thought it was a fun game too. It was a fun game. Another way that you could is if you had riders, okay, in the car, and know how everybody kind of puts their hand on the outside a window in Vegas. You know, we had windows down because a lot of us had cars that didn't have AC because some of us had beaters and the cars didn't have AC. Some of us had new cars. So you could reach up and tag somebody's arm and they were it. If they had their arm resting up it, you could slap their arm. Because as we used to play on the strip a lot, okay, before the strip was what it is now, you could drive around the strip pretty easily without it being bumper to bumper traffic like it is now. So we played a lot of bumper tag. It was a fun game to play to us, Jen. Like I said, you had to have ran into somebody that knew me from way back in the day, because I haven't played this game since I was a teenager. So you definitely ran into somebody that knew me in my high school years, because that's when we played this game. So, and for them to tell on me, shame on them. Because, like I said, I haven't talked about this game in a very long time. I think we brought it up years ago briefly, and I think I steered away from the subject because I don't want any kids to play this game, and I'm going to tell you why. We wrecked quite a few cars playing this game, because this game was a fun game. I won't say it still is a fun game, but don't play this game.
But
Hey,
it
don't
can,
play it, but this is a fun game.
but it can get out of hand.
It can get out of hand. So we used to play, like I said, we played it all the time. This is a don't try this at home kids game.
Would it be like one day you guys played it, or would it be
No, we played this all the time. We played this game all the
just
time.
randomly you tap their
Randomly
bumper?
somebody, okay, so you would be like not playing the game, and then all of a sudden somebody would see you, and then the game would start. Like your friends would come and all of a sudden out of nowhere, because we always hung out at the strip. That was the thing in Vegas to do back in the old days. We all hung out at the strip. So if there was like 6 or 7 of you hang out at the strip, all of a sudden one of your friends would come down, and all of a sudden he would start the game with bumper tag, and then it would just start. That's just how this game started. So we would play. The reason why we stopped playing this game is because we wrecked a really nice Oldsmobile trying to play this game. So we had met some girls. That's the reason why I'm going to tell this story. We met these girls, and they were from Bullhead City. And they had came down, and we decided to play bumper tag that night. Now, we would go hide in parking garages to get away from being hit. And then we would yell down from the parking garages, and we'd see them drive by and like, you didn't get me. You know what I mean? You know the deal. You know how it is. Kids being adolescents and playing. So my friend, Dave, his brother was Mike, had a jacked up Ram, look like the Blazer kind of Rams, not like the Power Ram, like a Ram pickup truck, but the actual like the Rams. It was lifted really high. So he couldn't play. So he used to run interference all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get ready to tap somebody's bumper, and he'd see, and he'd pull in front of you and block you from getting their bumper. Well, he decided to do that move one day, and these girls who had never played bumper tag before, it was their first time playing bumper tag, weren't able to brake quick enough and went right underneath him, because that's how high he was, and destroyed their parents' brand new Oldsmobiles, one of those turbo Oldsmobiles,
Oh, man.
and just destroyed it. And that was like the last time we played bumper tag. And that's how that game came to. That's why I'm telling you, don't play bumper tag. It seemed fun as an adolescent, not a good game.
So if you guys want to play bumper tag, email me at Kim.
No. So yes, if you ran into somebody who told you a true story about me in my adolescence, I so want to know who told you this story, because this story's been buried for a long time.
Probably one of those girls from Bull City.
Yeah, from Bullhead. Yeah, yes, that is a true story. They did not lie to you. Oh, when I got this letter, I looked at this letter and went, "Oh, wow, who did they talk to?" Because I played this game when I was like 17, so you definitely ran into somebody that did know me. They were not yanking your chain. That is a true story. That was a real game that we used to play, and we played it a lot. That was just like that was like the game to play. And back when you're a kid, you think some things are great to do. Now, as that I'm an adult, I can see how this was a really horrible idea.
You're right
But then
about
you can
that.
also see how this is a really great idea.
No, Cameron, it's a horrible, horrible idea.
Well, if it's with new cars, but right now we can go buy cars for like $500.
No, these were our daily drivers that we were driving and we were playing with. I mean, we just played. We played it everywhere. And like I said, you could go up and you could tag someone's arm, and then they had to come tag you, and you just played with 20 or 30 cars. You had everybody played, and you just had to tag them. And they would chase you and try to find you, and you go hide from them on different streets. You just start cooking down streets and try to get away from everybody, and they had to come find you.
So the listeners and viewers can't see this, but
No.
I just looked around the corner and I can see Larry just staring at the sky. I know what he's thinking.
So-
And I got one question, Larry. You want to go play?
So
I would.
like I said, I mean, like I said, I didn't want to steer away from the letter because somebody was found from my past and someone brought it up. And I'm not squeaky clean. I'm going to tell you right now. I did some crazy things in my past when I was a kid. I just did. Now, I will also note, just for you all who are out there wondering, if you remember, I've told you, it's been now almost 25 years since I've had a speeding ticket. There's a reason I learned my lesson at a very young age. Not to do stupid stuff as I got older.
You ain't been 25 years on a speeding
Yeah,
ticket.
it's been almost 25 years.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you how. Now, I told you now, hold on. So
Was that on the Chicago, the California to Virginia run, or was that the time?
those were the last ones.
You haven't gotten a speeding ticket in the last 10 years.
Okay, so hold on. I'll correct it. I told you I did get that ticket in Suffolk. Okay? Remember I told you.
Was that speeding?
That was speeding. I got pulled over in Suffolk. It's got to be, I want to say, at least 5 or 6 years ago. I got pulled over, and I told you when I got pulled over, I said, there's no way I was speeding. And I told the officer when he pulled me over, I said, are you sure you're pulling the right vehicle? When he pulled me over, the first thing I said to him, I said, there's no way you're pulling me over for speeding. He said, yes, sir, I am pulling you over for speeding. And what did I tell you? I handled the exact same way that I tell each and every one of you all to handle. I said, well, sir, if you believe I was speeding, I'm not here to argue with you, is exactly what I said. The time to argue about this is not going to be on the side of the road, which is the advice I give every one of you guys since I've had this show. And I said, if you believe I was speeding, I'm going to go ahead and take this ticket, and you and I have our day in court. And the officer looked at me and said, you know what? I appreciate you saying that. He said, and I said, it's got to be at least 20 years since I've had a ticket. And he said, has it been? And I said, yes. Remember I told you that?
Yeah, I did.
He said, well, if it's been at least 20 years since you've had a ticket, if I was you, I'd see me in court as well. And I went to court. I told the judge the same thing. The judge said, sir, if it's been about a year since, or if it's been about 20 years since you've had a ticket, I'm going to believe you weren't speeding and dismiss my ticket. So yeah, it's been almost 25 years since I've had a ticket. All because I got all that stupid stuff out of my system when I was a kid. And I'm telling you all, drive safe, America. It's the best thing you can do. And it keeps for cheap auto insurance. And on that note, it's the end of this Saturday of our Destination Vacation series. I hope that you guys are having a great Saturday where you are. I'm trying to have a great Saturday where I am. So on that note, turn off your TV, spend some time with your kids, enjoy your guys' weekend. Sunday's right around the corner. Spend some time with your kids. They'll love you for it. Have a good time, and we'll talk to you wherever we're floating around next weekend. Talk to you soon.